Welcome to The Goods, where we talk about all things pop culture. I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And these are The Goods. So, earlier in the week, it was brought to our attention, Charlie Sheen made a big announcement. And it turned out that he had HIV.
That's crazy, because he was doing that whole Tiger Blood thing, and he was doing the winning thing, and now you kind of see that he was kind of compensating and covering for the tragedy that was going on in his whole life. So it was like surprising to hear him say it, but not surprising because of who he is.
I can't. For me, it was a complete. It was a shock that he actually came out on. How he came out. Going to the Today Show and talking to Matt Lauer about it. I mean, it was just a shock of how he decided to do it. But from what Denise Richards says, his ex-wife, she actually knew a long time ago.
Oh wow!
That he had it.
So it wasn't the coke thing that they broke up for him. It was the HIV.
It was probably the HIV. I guess. What was it? The young gun got a hot shot on his part due, and and now he's in no man's land.
Oh.
So courageous move, Charlie. We love you. Good luck, and hopefully we see you back on the screen soon.
Yeah. Didn't he also say that he was clean? Like in the rest of that interview, he said that like he had already, it was out of his system. I mean, he said some crazy shit, but I could have sworn that he said that.
This is Tiger Blood, guys. So this is So I don't know if
Tiger Blood and winning. There you go.
Exactly. So it was recently reported that Alexandra Daddario will be joining the cast. Will be joining the cast of Baywatch.
I have now bought my tickets for Baywatch, and I know you give me tickets for free all the time, but I will pay for that one. I will pay for that one.
I don't know what he's talking about, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, so she's joining The Rock, her co-star from San Andreas. She's starting it again with him,
right.
And or she's starting a new movie with him, and they're trying to look for a really good surprise cast member to play Pamela Anderson's role.
Okay.
As C.J. Parker, so we'll see how that goes. I'm excited to see Alexandra Daddario. Period. But if you're talking Baywatch, hey, I'll be watching.
So who do you think is a good replacement for Pamela Anderson? Then I mean, like, who's the next hot blonde out there that could?
Kate Upton.
That actually is a good. That's a good.
Kate Upton. I'm the casting director already. I got Kate Upton as C.J. Parker all day.
Okay, so
long.
Kate Upton, Alexandra Daddario, and me in a corner of the theater. I'm sorry, what's the next topic?
No jizz mopping. All right. Okay, now this one's pretty interesting on this one, right? And I don't know if it's true. I don't know how much it is, but apparently, in the years of remakes that we're in, Sylvester Stallone made an interesting comment of having Ryan Gosling take over as Rambo.
I don't see that.
I don't see that at all.
I don't see that. There's nothing about Ryan Gosling that says military. There's nothing about him that says gritty. There's nothing about him that screams like he could pull a tree trunk out the side of his abdomen and light it on fire.
Do you see him with that survival knife?
No.
With the compass and taking it off and getting all the goodies.
Unless Rambo has become hipster and emo and shit like that, that's the only way I see Ryan Gosling being Rambo. Now, if that's the case, then by all means make him Rambo. But until then, my Rambo is still 1980s Sylvester Stallone.
And the cartoon.
And
the cartoon too.
That
cartoon was awesome, Rambo.
No.
Are you kidding me?
No, the
that
cartoon.
Was good. Where it was like for the whole thing, it was always the little chin chin. Then he ties the boot, chin chin. Then he puts the knife in, chin chin.
You know why they don't show that cartoon anymore?
Because they ran out of chin chin.
And because it sucks so bad.
So a lot of this stemmed from the new Creed movie, where they kept they're keeping the saga alive, so to speak, not necessarily having Rocky be the main focus, but in the universe and extending it. So now Creed's son is now the main guy, right?
Mm-hmm, right.
So can't wait for that movie. I'm telling you right now,
that's gonna be the greatest movie ever.
It's gonna be okay. I don't know about that. Straight Outta Compton is still the best movie of 2015.
All right.
To me. We'll get into that in the Oscar season.
Until Creed comes out, And when Creed comes out, the best movie of 2015 will be Creed. Just wait till the box office comes out. When the box office comes out, you will see how many people actually want another Rocky sequel and how many people actually loved Apollo Creed.
Well, I think the people at Disney have something to say about the best movie of 2015 being Creed, but we'll see.
We're not to December yet. When Creed comes out, Adonis Creed, when Creed comes out, the best movie of 2015 will be Creed. And then December 17th, the best movie will be Stars.
It'll be Sisters with Tina Fey and Amy Poehler.
I totally forgot that one.
That would be the number one movie.
How dare I?
So, speaking of Star Wars going into the science fiction realm, they're still going back and forth on this friggin' Prometheus sequel title.
Okay.
Now, they're going... First it was Paradise Lost, and now it is Aliens Covenant.
Okay.
Or Alien Covenant.
So do you like the title?
I don't, because there are no xenomorphs in this. Supposedly, I'm not too sure. I could be wrong.
There was barely a xenomorph in the Prometheus.
Right, but it was called Prometheus. It was named after the ship. It wasn't.
Okay.
It was just in the Alien universe.
All right. So
now now it's actually called Alien. You should have.
Okay. So
xenomorph.
But with that said, so do you need a bunch of xenomorphs, or do you just want one throughout the whole movie? What if they do like they did with Prometheus and just put it at the end?
Well, that was a nasty looking thing, but all right. Anyway,
early.
A lot like Alien in the original, there was only one. There was only one Alien in the original. So if they want to go that route, cool, why not? But I just wish they would make up their mind on what the hell they want to do. And then on top of that, this is actually keeping Neil Blomkamp from doing Alien 5.
Oh yeah, we know that.
But that's a pain
because Chappie happened, and that's the reason why there's no Alien 5.
Is it that bad? I've never seen it.
That's why you haven't seen it, because it was a horrible. And look, I like Hugh Jackman, but that was a horrible movie. It was a horrible movie. I'm sorry. It was so bad it tarnished Short Circuit. That's how bad that movie was.
Which part 2 or 1?
All of it. Short Circuit was a part of your heart. Just like you like the Rambo.
Yeah.
Short Circuit was a part of my heart, and Chappie killed that. So that's why Neil
Which Short Circuit was your favorite?
The first one. The second one was a joke.
The second one.
It's like liking Gremlins 2.
I like Gremlins 2.
We've seen now your track record.
Damn, my resume is pretty bad.
He also liked Smokey and the Bandit Part 3 too. The one that did not have Burt Reynolds in it.
Burt Reynolds came out in the end. So, alright.
The next topic.
Actually, we are going to cut away from the topics a little bit.
Okay.
And we're going to actually introduce a segment here.
Oh, but wow, first segment.
First segment we're going to introduce. And it was actually thought up by my good buddy here.
Okay.
Alright. You don't hate this movie.
Okay, great. I'm ready for this.
So, the first movie that we're doing today was hated and despised by pretty much everybody.
I already know where we're going.
Okay, but it had a lot of promise in the trailers, which kind of worries me about Episode 7, because Episode 1's trailer was actually pretty freaking cool.
Okay.
And then, but anyway, so this week's movie that you don't hate is The Green Lantern. Now, Terrence, why don't you tell me, since you started this, I've been trying to figure out why he even thought about this as being the first movie, but I'm curious.
Okay.
Why don't I hate The Green Lantern?
Okay, well, thank you for bringing this up, because I've been dying to talk about why everybody should actually not love, not like, but just don't despise Green Lantern. Green Lantern gets a lot of flack for no particular reason at all. Out of all comic book movies, they name it as the worst comic book movie ever. It's like these people didn't see Masters of the Universe. Like these people didn't see Punisher, the original one, with Dolph Lundgren. By the way, just named 2 Dolph Lundgren movies. And like these people really didn't see...
Red Scorpion.
But that's not...
And Showdown Little Tokyo.
But neither one of those are comic books.
Oh, my bad.
We're talking about comic book movies. Stay on topic. Alright. But it's like these people didn't see worse movies, or they forgot that those movies actually happened. Green Lantern was a great movie. It had Ryan Reynolds in it, and Ryan Reynolds, like him or love him, is a good actor. He's an actor that you want to go out to go see a movie that he's in. He's a funny actor. Hey, hold on.
if it's not Van Wilder, or Van Wilder-ish, I don't want to see Ryan Reynolds.
All right, well, we'll see when Deadpool comes out, and you'll see how great he was in Deadpool.
Oh, I know that. You know, he's gonna kill it in Deadpool. I'll give him that. I love Ryan Reynolds.
All right, well, other than Ryan Reynolds,
But he shouldn't have been the Green Lantern. But I'll your turn. Go ahead. I'll let you talk.
But other than Ryan Reynolds in the Green Lantern, we got to talk about like the training, and a lot of people, it gets a lot of flack because they felt like the training sequence on Oa was a little bit rushed. But I mean, do you want a super long movie about him training on Oa? No, you want to see him get to use his powers. And for the most part, what they showed in the movie was what we got in the comic books. We got him throwing a fist of making machine guns. You know, fly. I mean,
I don't know about the Hot Wheel track. That was...
well, they're trying to go out. They're trying to get outside of the box. But the thing was, we got to see the powers.
Was it
we got to
Hot Wheels?
We got to see the powers. We got to we got to see Oa as well. And one of the brightest spots of the movie was how we got to see Oa visualized on screen. We got to see Sinestro, and a dude who played Sinestro. And forgive me because I wasn't prepared to talk about this right now.
Mark Strong.
Thank you. Was great as Sinestro. He was exactly what you expected Sinestro to look like. He embodied Sinestro altogether. They even gave you the hints of him moving on to the Sinestro Corps. So you have that. So you have Ryan Reynolds. You have that. We got to see the constructs on film. We got to see Oa. We got to see Sinestro. Outside of its bad parts, like with the villain, you know, because that was back in a time where when you had a big villain, everybody was doing cloud monsters. So Fantastic Four did the same cloud monster. Don't nobody hate that one as bad as they hate Green Lantern. And it is the same exact thing.
But the Silver Surfer was pretty cool.
But they got a sequel, though, was what I'm saying. Galactus was a cloud monster, and they still got a sequel. Green Lantern didn't get a sequel. I'm happy that Ryan Reynolds is no longer Green Lantern, and I prefer him to be Deadpool. But my point is that you don't really hate that movie.
Okay. You must be out of your damn mind. All right? First of all, the Green Lantern, the whole concept of it and how it looked and the shot, the cinematography, all that was great. Mm-hmm. Especially on Blu-ray, it looks amazing. It's beautiful. But one, the villain was bad. It was really bad. I'm sorry about that.
The villain was horrible.
Two, now I don't want this really huge training thing. Mm-hmm. But give me like maybe some Yoda Luke training, something, anything.
We kind of got that.
No, you did not.
We got Sinestro was Yoda.
No.
He didn't make him backflip. That's
he sent him to fight the big dude, Michael Clark Duncan, whatever his name was. I can't remember his name. And not the actor, the character. He played.
I got you.
And it was like two things he did, bam, bam, and then at the end of the movie he goes, "Yeah, I trained him well." And he showed him two things. It was awful.
Okay,
wait a minute.
Go ahead.
The costume was. I did not like the costume.
Okay.
I hated that it was a CGI costume so bad that Ryan Reynolds himself makes a joke of it in the upcoming Deadpool.
Very true.
All right. The love story part was kind of weak. I did not like, and she's beautiful, and I know it's your wife, Ryan, but Blake Lively was not. She shouldn't have been in that movie. That's just my opinion.
Okay. Blake Lively should be in every movie. I don't know what you're talking about, but go ahead.
The new Baywatch.
The new
Baywatch. Anyway, so then some of the music was borderline Superman, especially when he was coming down and you could just hear the kind of like the Superman feel of the Lois theme when he's coming down. Complete ripoff.
Okay.
It sucked. And then the automatic
with the mask.
The mask. Oh, it was bad. It was bad.
Oh,
so. You don't have to hate this movie, but you definitely do not like this movie. This movie was not the worst comic book of a movie of all time. I think that would still go to Howard the Duck a little bit.
Oh my God, I forgot about Howard the Duck.
All right, but it's up there with some of the worst. All right.
Next topic.
I still can't believe that you like that movie. That's just me.
By the way, the costume, I have no problem with CGI costume, but we'll go on.
So moving on, we had we just talked about the Green Lantern. You know, was bad. But let's talk about the best. Now, some of the best comic book movies. First of all, the whole thing with comics has just completely exploded.
All right.
You know, and
the renaissance of comic book movies.
Going back, I mean, you didn't think that Marvel and DC could be as big as they are now. I mean, they were big back then, but they're not as big as they are now. And I think probably the Iron Man and Christopher Nolan's version of Batman were the two things I think that took comic book movies to a different level.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. You also want to add X-Men too.
And X-Men too.
I
would go United in
Okay.
there. Okay. So I thought about the top 5 comic book movies.
Okay. So this is your top 5.
Well, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
But I'm gonna give you mine. Well, you give me yours, and then I'm gonna give you mine.
All right.
So
I wanna-
please
I wanna-
enlighten the viewers.
No.
here.
I want to hear yours first.
You want to hear my first?
I want to make sure Smoking the Bandit Part 3 isn't on your comic book list.
Smoking the Bandit 3 was
literally thought you were going to say number 5.
Was underrated. Okay, it was funny for its day.
Okay.
So give me a break, all right? Besides, I grew up on it. Hey, I like Best of Whorehouse in Texas. I grew up to that too. So.
Okay.
And I had Burt Reynolds in it.
All right.
All right.
Comic book movies.
Number 5, strictly nostalgia for me. But if you really look at it, and minus some visual, the story and everything, the continuance of the first and everything, Superman 2.
Okay.
Is definitely rounds out my top 5. Now a majority of it was shot during Superman 1 because it was shot back to back, and Donner had done most of Superman 2 while doing Superman 1. So it really sunk in, almost borderline companion piece, and it was really good. I thought the fighting, with the bringing on of the new villains of Zod and the other two guys, or girl and guy, leading up to the end, especially when he gets his powers back. I thought it was freaking out, the girl and the guy.
Zod and the Pips.
Zod and the Pips.
But go on. That's all I could think of.
What was her name?
Was
it like Ursula?
No, it was like
Ursula, right?
It was. Oh my God! You know what? When you guys comment,
Nan. It was Nan. And the chick.
When you guys comment,
let's hold hands.
When you guys comment,
let's hold hands.
I want you to remember that it was Zod and the Pips. All right, so what's your next one with Zod and the
Number
Pips?
4 with Zod and number 4 is Blade 2.
Okay.
Blade 2 was freaking phenomenal. The effects, the makeup, no squibs.
Okay.
Like in Part 3, freaking hated that one. Jessica Biel though. But anyway.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds kind of made it, but he made a joke of the whole movie. That's why I didn't like it. All right. Triple H, what's up the running? Triple H. All right. Okay. Anyway,
we're talking about why you hate this movie.
All right. So Blade 2's martial arts. The martial arts was great. The choreography was great. The storylines, the use of the new weapons, and just Wesley Snipes in general. And I didn't even know and realize that Donnie Yen was in it.
Really?
He was an Asian guy that was kicking everybody's ass. That's Donnie Yen.
Oh man, I didn't realize it either.
And he's freaking amazing. He's amazing as Ip Man.
Yeah.
Too. So anyway, I love Blade 2. I thought it was way better than the first Blade.
Okay.
Like miles ahead of Blade Trinity.
Okay.
So that is my number 4 pick.
Okay.
My number 3 pick, and it's not going to shock because I'm pretty sure that's in your top 10 for sure.
Probably.
The Crow.
Ah, that's a good pick. That's a really good pick.
The Crow, for Brandon Lee's commitment to the role of Eric Draven was, you could see the dedication in his role. You felt the pain that he felt when he lost Shelley, and you just saw it. You felt it, and you were really rooting for him to get back at these guys that did that to his girlfriend. So the fighting also was awesome, and some really great lines. All you stoners out there, you like it. But it's just amazing, and absolute commendable performance, it being his final performance. But that is my number 3 pick.
Okay.
My number 2 pick is Avengers.
Avengers.
The first Avengers.
Okay.
And because you have this culmination of all these different characters, these different heroes that led up to this point, because you got to remember, the Iron Man and so forth. I mean, it was like giving you pieces to this big thing that's going to happen, right?
Okay.
And when it finally happens, it just does not disappoint whatsoever. But it's kind of hard to see their earpieces. Like, who are you talking to? But whatever.
That's Stark technology right there. It's so good that you don't even see it.
But Mark Ruffalo was a wise choice to take over Ed Norton. I don't think that Ed Norton could have brought the same thing to the role that Ruffalo did, because Ruffalo has this kind of sympathetic feel to him. Not really victimizes himself or anything like that, but there's a sympathy that he has that really plays off on screen. And knowing Norton's persona and all that, I don't think you would have bought it.
Okay.
If leading into the Avengers, maybe in the Incredible Hulk.
I don't know. Norton's a really good actor, so
He's great.
I would have liked to see
Primal Fear all day, but I just don't think he could have pulled off the vulnerability of Bruce Banner the way that Mark Ruffalo did. So definitely, the Avengers Part 2. My number one comic movie of all time for me right now is The Dark Knight.
Okay.
Absolutely. And it goes beyond Heath Ledger's performance. It's the fact that you saw Batman. You saw Batman way more than you saw him in Begins and Rises. You saw Batman for the most part of the whole movie. For the most part, there was a lot of things, kind of borderline, little Arkham. It kind of felt like Arkham a little bit, because he was going to. When he went to Hong Kong to get the guy, and then going through the Joker and Two-Face and all that stuff. So I think there's some subtle references to the Long Halloween in there, but Nolan and how he captured the Dark Knight and how he directed freaking Heath Ledger was just amazing. And it's so ironic how when Michael Keaton took over the role of Batman, everybody couldn't stand it. They hated it, and now they grew to love him.
Right.
As Batman. And now you fast forward and everybody could not stand the pick that Heath Ledger was picked for Joker, and now he's the Joker.
If you think about it, they've complained about every Batman change. They complained about Michael Keaton, they complained about Christian Bale, they complained about Heath Ledger, they complained about
Clooney.
Reindeer Games.
But Clooney is complained about his
I think
Batman
we kind of laughed at Clooney. We complained about everybody all the way through it, but those are great picks, man. I mean, those are great picks, and like I would say my list would mirror yours, because you came up with some ones I'm like, oh man, that's a really good pick. So I'm gonna try to pick some stuff that you didn't pick.
Okay.
All right. So in no particular order, because I really don't know how to rank these. I would just say that my number one comic book movie of all time. I would have liked to say The Dark Knight, but everybody says The Dark Knight, so I'm not gonna say The Dark Knight. So my number one is Captain America: The Winter Soldier. That movie's freaking awesome. And it's like, maybe...
Compared to The Dark Knight?
Yes, compared to The Dark Knight. I mean...
I loved it. It was good. It was really good.
It made everybody look at Captain America completely different. I've always been a big Captain America fan, reading comic books when I was a kid. I was always, even Rob Liefeld, super huge chest days of drawing Captain America. I mean, back then, and maybe it's bias on my part for being a big Captain America fan, but the way they showed you who Captain America was and how you don't realize what him being a super soldier is, because they say, oh, we gave him a shot, he grew some inches and he got big muscles now, but as basically he's the peak of man. He's Olympic athlete quality. He trains in martial arts. Basically, he's Batman on steroids. He's Batman on steroids without the intelligence and the money and the cape, and so everything like Batman, but not. But the point is,
never mind.
But the villain was great. With it being Bucky, and obviously if you've read the comic books, you knew it was Bucky. But even knowing that going into the movie, you were still into it. It was like it gave you somebody that was on par with him. He was like, you kind of like, this is his match. You got to see him now in our age. It's like how he adjusts to being a man out of time. You got to see the spy element. You got freaking Robert Redford as a villain in a comic book movie. Come on, you can't pass on that. Yeah, Robert Redford and Samuel Jackson. This movie was freaking awesome. And it was like, so I would say, yes, I love The Dark Knight, and probably on a list where somebody didn't already pick The Dark Knight, I would probably put The Dark Knight as number one. But since it's already been picked, Captain America is going to be my number one. After Captain America: The Winter Soldier, I would probably go Iron Man. And I love Iron Man. The very first one.
Okay.
Once again, big Iron Man fan. And I would have never thought that they would have made an Iron Man movie. If they were going to make an Iron Man movie, it was going to be
directed to TV,
or they were somehow going to try to work it into what was the boxing movie with Hugh Jackman, the Rock'em Sock'em Robots one?
Real Steel.
Real Steel. It would have been Real Steel 2. Would have been Iron Man. Is what I thought I would have got out of an Iron Man movie, but. Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark was freaking awesome. Whenever we lose Robert Downey Jr., it's just there's not going to be anybody to replace him. So we're just going to be without Iron Man. Now 2 and 3, I didn't really care for, but 1 is just that movie that's just irreplaceable.
And it started it all.
And it's it started all the Marvel universe.
Yeah, exactly.
So I would say after that one. Ones that you didn't pick, oh goodness, you picked some good ones, and I'm trying to think of stuff that I like that that you didn't already pick. So I would probably say, God, why am I on the spot with this one? Oh man, what didn't you already pick? This is why you do show prep, and then you're not left on the spot. So,
but then it's not authentic. It's not real. This is you gotta.
Well, because if I thought
you
about
speak
it,
from your heart when
right.
you're not fully prepped. Mine were
next comic book movie for me would be Transformers the movie, the animated movie.
Okay, I was about to say, for real, you put a Michael Bay in there.
I don't acknowledge the Michael Bay films. Those don't really exist in my thoughts. Obviously, as a kid watching Transformers.
You're gonna go animation?
I mean, I had to because you took all the good ones.
X2?
Alright, okay, so you know what? This is gonna be in the next, you don't really hate this movie, but I really liked X-Men Wolverines.
It was alright. I liked it too. I didn't think it was that bad.
I really like, once again, this is gonna be in a you don't hate this movie, because that movie gets a lot of crap. But it showed you everything that the comic books always talked about how Logan has been here.
Are you trying to tell me that Origins is going to be in your top 5?
On a spot where I had to think of movies that you didn't already pick.
But that's you're talking about from your heart, and that's the movie that comes up with.
Okay, so my heart would say to go and get The Crow. My heart would say to put Dark Knight in there.
Well, then,
my heart would say a lot of things, but I'm trying to do movies that you didn't already pick. So outside of bashing my Transformers pick, thank you.
I love the Transformers.
Outside of bashing my
animation
Transformers.
okay,
but it was based on a comic book.
All right. So
number 4. Number 4
was Wolverine with it.
Huh?
Number 3 was Transformers. Number 4 was Wolverine Origins.
And I can't pick Avengers.
Please leave a comment on the Wolverine pick because that's ridiculous.
I can't pick Avengers because you already picked Avengers.
Okay, so number 5.
All right, so number 5 would be.
If you say Quest for Peace, Superman
I can't
4,
say Blade. I can't say Superman 2. I should say Quest for Peace. I should say Superman 3 just to be that way. Because it had Richard Pryor and it had evil Superman. It had basically Bizarro Superman. It had Bizarro Superman. But I guess I'm trying to avoid doing other Marvel movies because basically the now comic book movies are that. But I guess I would say. Blah.
That's coming to a theater near you, ladies and gentlemen. Please make sure that you're out for that. It is called Blah.
And that's why this is my top 4.
You know what? We're probably never going to get the 5th one out of him. Maybe it was Howard the Duck, and he's just ashamed to admit it.
You know what?
You know what's funny is that
Howard the Duck will not be on You Don't Hate This Movie.
I can't believe that. I can't believe that we didn't say Guardians of the Galaxy. That's actually a freaking awesome movie.
Oh yeah, that's how did I forget?
If you like to subscribe and comment your and leave a comment, especially on that Wolverine Origins, please do so at the bottom of your screen. I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And that was The Goods.
Thanks, guys.
Hi. Welcome. cut. Just kidding. Hi. Welcome to our very first show of The Goods. My name's Manny.
It's Terrence.
And we're here to bring you some of the best. Oh, new. God dang it! Cut.
She did.
Well, that's what I was talking about.